Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever noticed how your body starts whispering instead of shouting as the years go by? The signs are still there, just softer, subtler, and easier to miss. After 75, your body speaks a new language. It no longer responds the way it did decades ago, and that's not a weakness. It's wisdom. It's your body's way of saying, pay attention. I'm guiding you toward a better way of living. Today, let's decode this new language together so you can honor these changes and thrive in this incredible chapter of life. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any video. One of the most noticeable shifts after the age of 75 is how energy no longer comes in endless supply. In earlier years, pushing through fatigue felt natural. You could stay up late, rise early, juggle multiple tasks, and still find reserves of strength. But with age, the body chooses a wiser path. It begins to ration energy more carefully, offering signals that are softer but more meaningful. The truth is, your energy levels have become a language of their own, a way for your body to communicate what it needs most. When you feel tired more quickly than before, it's not simply a sign of weakness, it's information. Your body is telling you that rest, balance, or gentler activity is required. Instead of viewing fatigue as something to fight against, imagine it as a compass pointing you in the right direction. For example, if a long walk that once felt effortless now leaves you winded, it isn't evidence that you've lost vitality. It's a message urging you to adjust your pace, take breaks, or perhaps shift to shorter but more frequent walks. By listening, you give your body the respect it deserves, and in return, it rewards you with energy that is sustainable rather than fleeting. Consider how many of us in earlier years ignored signals of exhaustion, staying up late to finish tasks, skipping meals, or sacrificing rest in the name of productivity. At 75 and beyond, those old patterns no longer serve you. Your body insists on a different approach, one built on cooperation rather than resistance. Instead of pushing through, you are invited to align your lifestyle with the energy you have in the moment. This shift in mindset is powerful because it moves you from frustration to acceptance, and from acceptance to empowerment. Think of energy as currency. In your younger years, it felt like you had an unlimited budget. You could spend freely and never run out. Now, the budget is more precise, and that's a gift. It teaches you to spend wisely on what truly matters. You may choose to use your peak energy in the morning for an activity that brings you joy, whether it's gardening, reading, or connecting with loved ones. In the afternoon, when energy naturally dips, you might allow yourself the grace of a nap or a few moments of quiet. This isn't slowing down, it's tuning in. A powerful example comes from a woman in her late 70s who loved volunteering. She noticed that full-day commitments left her feeling depleted for days afterward. Instead of giving up what she loved, she restructured her schedule to volunteer only in the mornings when her energy was strongest. By doing this, she continued making a difference without sacrificing her well-being. Her story reflects an important truth. When you honor your body's signals, you don't have to give up what you love. You simply adapt how you engage with it. Practical strategies for managing energy begin with awareness. Start noticing patterns in your day. When do you feel most alive? When does fatigue usually creep in? Once you know your rhythm, you can plan accordingly. Hydration plays a critical role too. Something as simple as drinking more water can lift energy levels dramatically. Nutrition matters as well. Lighter, nutrient-rich meals often fuel the body more efficiently than heavy, processed foods. And of course, rest is not optional. It is essential. Building intentional rest into your routine allows your body to recharge and function at its best. What's most inspiring is that energy, though different now, becomes a tool for wisdom. It reminds you that life isn't about how much you do, but how meaningfully you do it. By respecting your body's natural rhythms, you open the door to more joy, presence, and balance. Instead of lamenting the energy you no longer have, celebrate the guidance your body offers. After all, your energy levels are not limitations, they are messages. When you learn to listen, you begin to live not just longer, but better. One of the clearest ways the body communicates after 75 is through small aches and pains. At first, they may feel like unwelcome reminders of age, but when you look closer, they reveal themselves as gentle teachers. That stiffness in your knees when you wake up, the soreness in your back after sitting too long, or the slower recovery after even light activity. They are all messages. They aren't punishments or signs of defeat. They are signals guiding you toward greater care, smarter choices, and deeper respect for your body. For much of life, it's easy to dismiss aches as inconveniences to be pushed aside. When you were younger, ignoring a sore joint or strained muscle often had no long-term consequence. But now, these signals matter more than ever. The body becomes less forgiving, not to limit you, but to teach you. Pain has a purpose. It draws attention to where change is needed. If your knee aches during a walk, it may be asking for gentler exercise, better footwear, or a few minutes of stretching beforehand. If your shoulders stiffen, perhaps they're asking you to improve your posture or take breaks from sitting. In this way, every ache carries a lesson, if you're willing to listen. Consider someone who has lived with arthritis for years. The pain can feel discouraging, yet many discover that movement, when done thoughtfully, actually lessens discomfort over time. By embracing low-impact exercises like swimming, tai chi, or simple stretching, they find not only relief but also renewed confidence. What seemed like a barrier becomes a teacher pointing toward healthier habits. This shift in perspective changes everything. Instead of resenting pain, you begin to treat it as a guide, one that nudges you toward what your body truly needs. It's also important to understand that aches often highlight the need for balance. Too much stillness invites stiffness, while too much exertion brings strain. Your body is wise. It's always seeking equilibrium. For example, if gardening for hours leaves you sore, your body isn't saying, "Stop gardening forever." It's saying, "Break it into shorter sessions, and give me rest in between." The lesson isn't about giving things up. It's about finding new rhythms that allow you to keep doing what you love. Another way these aches act as teachers is by reminding you to practice patience and self-compassion. In a fast-paced world, it's easy to believe that slowing down is a loss. But every twinge and stiffness reminds you that slowing down can also be an opportunity to notice your breath, to move with intention, to appreciate the present moment. Pain teaches resilience when approached with curiosity instead of resistance. It encourages you to ask, "What can I learn from this?" rather than, "Why is this happening to me?" That shift in mindset transforms frustration into growth. Practical steps for learning from these gentle teachers begin with listening. Instead of pushing past discomfort, pause and observe. Does stretching help? Does rest bring relief? Would a warm bath or light massage ease the tension? Small adjustments can make a big difference. Staying active in safe, consistent ways is also key. Motion is medicine, and often the worst response to pain is doing nothing. Gentle walks, stretching, or simple exercises keep your muscles flexible and your joints supported. Pair this with mindful rest, and you create harmony between activity and recovery. The beauty of seeing aches as teachers is that they remind you of your body's resilience. Every time you adapt, adjust, and continue moving forward, you prove that your story is not one of decline but of wisdom. These signals are not obstacles, they are guideposts. They encourage you to live with more awareness, to honor the changes that come with age, and to keep moving towards strength and purpose. In the end, every ache carries a lesson, and if you choose to listen, those lessons can lead you to a healthier, more empowered life. One of the most surprising changes many people notice after 75 is how sleep takes on a new shape. Nights may feel shorter, sleep may be lighter, and waking up during the night or earlier in the morning becomes more common. At first, this can feel frustrating, especially if you remember the days when you could sleep soundly for 8 uninterrupted hours. But the truth is, these changes are not signs of something broken. They are part of your body's new rhythm, a fresh way of communicating with you. Sleep, at this stage of life, becomes less of a fixed routine and more of an ongoing conversation between your body and mind. When you wake up earlier than expected or find yourself unable to stay asleep through the night, it is easy to see it as a problem. But what if those moments are your body's way of telling you it no longer needs the same structure it once did? Perhaps your body is asking for shorter rest cycles at night, paired with a nap or a moment of calm during the day. Instead of resisting, embracing these shifts allows you to align more naturally with your body's unique needs. For example, someone who wakes at 4 a.m. might discover that those early hours bring peace and creativity, a perfect time for gentle reflection, journaling, or quiet reading. In that sense, sleep patterns aren't interruptions. They are invitations to discover new ways of resting and restoring. There's also the matter of quality over quantity. In younger years, sleep was often about duration, but after 75, the focus shifts toward how restorative it feels. Even if you sleep fewer hours, if you wake feeling refreshed, then your body has given you exactly what it needs. This requires a change in mindset. Instead of measuring rest by the clock, begin measuring it by how you feel. Did you wake with enough energy to enjoy the day ahead? Did your mind feel calm and clear? Those are the signs that your body has had the rest it requires. Of course, this doesn't mean you ignore challenges. If sleep feels restless, scattered, or unsatisfying, there are practical ways to deepen the conversation with your body. Creating a calming bedtime routine can make a world of difference. A warm drink, gentle stretches, or listening to soft music can signal to your body that it is time to unwind. Keeping the room dark, cool, and quiet also helps align your environment with your natural rhythm. And sometimes, simply adjusting when you go to bed, earlier rather than later, can sync your rest more closely with your body's signals. Another important part of this conversation is acknowledging how lifestyle choices influence sleep. Caffeine, heavy meals late in the evening, or too much screen time can all make rest more difficult. On the other hand, staying active during the day, through walking, light exercise, or even engaging conversations, can help prepare your body for deeper rest at night. It's about recognizing that sleep is not an isolated part of your day, but connected to how you live all of it. What's most inspiring about sleep at this stage of life is the opportunity to redefine what rest means to you. Instead of fighting for the same kind of sleep you once had, you can learn to accept and even appreciate the new rhythm your body offers. If you wake during the night, you might use those moments for quiet gratitude or reflection. If your mornings start earlier, you may discover the beauty of a sunrise you once slept through. By seeing sleep as a conversation, you shift from frustration to harmony. In the end, your sleep patterns after 75 are not disruptions, they are messages. They encourage you to adapt, to pay attention, and to honor your body's evolving needs. When you listen, you discover that rest is still yours to enjoy, just in a different form. And with that understanding comes peace, vitality, and the freedom to wake each day with renewed purpose. As the years pass, one of the most telling ways the body communicates is through changes in appetite and digestion. After 75, you may notice that foods you once enjoyed feel heavier, that your appetite is smaller, or that your system reacts differently to certain meals. These are not random inconveniences. They are clear translations of your body's evolving needs. Appetite and digestion act as honest translators, helping you understand what nourishes you best and what no longer serves you. Listening to them can transform eating from a routine habit into a mindful act of self-care. Many people grow up believing that eating is about quantity. Bigger meals, more calories, and the idea that fullness equals satisfaction. But later in life, your body begins to speak in subtler ways. A smaller appetite may be telling you that your body now needs lighter, nutrient-dense foods instead of large portions. A sense of heaviness after eating may be your system's way of saying that certain foods are harder to process. This shift is not about restriction or loss, it's about clarity. Your body is translating what it can handle, and when you honor that, you discover a new kind of vitality. For example, imagine someone who loved fried foods for most of their life. In younger years, their digestion could tolerate it, even if it wasn't the healthiest choice. But now, after a heavy fried meal, they might feel sluggish, bloated, or uncomfortable. That discomfort is not simply age catching up, it's the body sending a clear message. I need gentler fuel. By adjusting to grilled or steamed options, they regain energy and ease, proving that appetite and digestion are guides, not barriers. Hydration also plays a major role. Many older adults mistake thirst for hunger or overlook how essential water is to digestion. When your body craves water, rich foods like fruits and vegetables, it may be signaling a need for hydration as much as nutrition. A simple bowl of fresh fruit, for instance, not only satisfies appetite, but also supports smoother digestion and energy. These cravings are not coincidences. They are precise translations of what your body requires. It's also important to recognize how digestion is connected to timing. Large, heavy meals late at night can feel uncomfortable, while smaller, more frequent meals during the day often feel easier and more energizing. By tuning into this translator, you learn that it's not only about what you eat, but also when you eat. Respecting those rhythms keeps your digestive system happier and your energy steadier. Beyond the physical, appetite is closely tied to emotions and environment. Sometimes a lack of appetite reflects more than just a physical need. It may indicate loneliness or lack of stimulation. Sharing meals with friends, enjoying food in a pleasant setting, or even trying new recipes can awaken both appetite and spirit. In this way, food becomes not only nourishment for the body, but also nourishment for the soul. Practical strategies for honoring appetite and digestion include starting with observation. Pay attention to what foods give you energy and which ones leave you drained. Experiment with lighter meals, soups, salads, steamed vegetables, lean proteins, and notice how your body responds. Practice mindful eating, slow down, savor flavors, and allow your body time to signal fullness. These small shifts not only improve digestion, but also help you feel more connected to your body's wisdom. Ultimately, appetite and digestion are not obstacles to overcome. They are guides to follow. They remind you that your body is constantly working to support you, offering honest translations of what it needs to thrive. By listening, you free yourself from old habits that no longer serve you and step into a healthier, more harmonious relationship with food. At 75 and beyond, every meal becomes a chance to honor your body, fuel your spirit, and embrace life with renewed strength. When people think about the body speaking, they often focus on physical changes, aches, energy levels, or digestion. But after 75, one of the most powerful ways your body communicates is through emotions. Feelings of joy, restlessness, sadness, or even sudden calm are not random. They are signals, just as important as a stiff knee or a tired back. Emotions become part of the body's language, and learning to interpret them can help you support not only your mental health, but your overall well-being. It's easy to dismiss emotions as something separate from the body, as though the mind and body live in different worlds. But science and experience both show that emotions and physical health are deeply connected. Stress can affect sleep and digestion. Loneliness can drain energy and weaken immunity. On the other hand, joy and connection can boost vitality and even reduce pain. When you look at emotions as messages from your body, you stop treating them as problems to be hidden and start seeing them as guides for what you need most. Take loneliness as an example. Many older adults experience it, especially if family members live far away or friends are no longer around. It's tempting to label loneliness as simply feeling down. But in truth, it's your body's way of saying, I need connection, I need conversation, I need warmth from others. The signal is clear, and once you acknowledge it, you can respond by reaching out, joining a community group, or simply calling a friend. The moment you treat loneliness as a message rather than a weakness, it becomes a teacher pointing you back toward fulfillment. Restlessness is another powerful emotional signal. Maybe you find yourself pacing around the house or feeling unsettled without knowing why. That is your body saying, I need movement. I need stimulation. It might be asking for a walk outside, a new hobby, or even something as simple as listening to music that stirs your spirit. Restlessness isn't something to fight against. It's a spark urging you to engage with life more fully. Even joy itself is a message worth noticing. Those bursts of laughter or moments of contentment aren't random gifts. They're signs that you're doing something deeply aligned with your well-being. Maybe it's gardening, storytelling, or playing with grandchildren. Joy tells you, do more of this. This is good for you. When you treat positive emotions as signals, you create a roadmap for living with more energy and meaning. Practical steps for honoring emotional signals begin with awareness. When an emotion arises, pause and ask, what is this feeling trying to tell me? If it's sadness, maybe it's a call for comfort or connection. If it's anxiety, perhaps your body is asking for rest or reassurance. If it's joy, it's encouragement to keep following that path. Journaling can be a simple way to notice patterns in emotions, helping you see what sparks positivity and what drains your spirit. Another powerful strategy is to engage in conversations. Talking about emotions with trusted friends or loved ones not only brings relief but also strengthens bonds. It allows you to share your body's language with others, turning private signals into shared understanding. And when emotions feel heavy or overwhelming, seeking professional support is not a sign of weakness. It's a way of respecting your body's message and responding with care. The beauty of treating emotions as part of the body's language is that it brings wholeness. You no longer see yourself as a collection of separate parts. Mind here, body there. Instead, you recognize that every feeling, every sensation, every mood is part of one larger conversation your body is having with you. By listening, you not only ease discomfort but also open the door to richer, more authentic living. At 75 and beyond, emotional signals become some of the clearest guides for well-being. They invite you to seek joy, to nurture connections, to rest when needed, and to embrace new experiences. They remind you that being alive is not just about physical health, but about emotional vitality too. When you honor these signals, you step into a life that is not only longer but deeper, filled with purpose, connection, and meaning. After 75, your body begins speaking in a new language, subtle shifts in energy, sleep, appetite, and emotions. This motivational talk explores how to decode those signals with wisdom and grace. Through practical insights and empowering strategies, you'll learn to embrace these changes not as limitations, but as guidance toward better health, vitality, and fulfillment. Discover how listening closely to your body can help you thrive in this chapter of life with strength, clarity, and renewed purpose. Thank you